Well, first one of the new year, might as well start. Might as well get started on those taxes, Nettie. Might as well get started on those taxes. Well, here we are, 2020, first one of the year. Good morning again, Daniel Valdez again. Pleasure and honor to talk to you. Happy holidays, happy new year, all that fun stuff. If you're listening on the YouTube channel, great. youtube.com/Danpodcast. Or if you are listening through Apple Podcast, keep subscribing, keep commenting, keep doing all that fun stuff. I really, 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 really appreciate that support. Can you tell I've had my coffee this morning? Good. We got to talk about state marching contest because something kind of dropped on the UIL website and some people noticed, and my inbox blew up yesterday while I was working, and felt like this needed just a little bit of clarification, just a little bit of polish, just to make sure that nobody is freaking out too much about what jumped on the UIL website regarding the state marching contests. Yes, plural. And, we'll go ahead and clear that up. And then I'll go away for a couple of days and then do whatever. First things first, I know that all state auditions or all area auditions or whatever you want to call it, all state auditions are coming down, believe next weekend, I believe. If I remember correctly, it's coming down next weekend, or if not, shoot me a message and let me know. Yes, all state auditions are coming down next week. I know a lot of kiddos that are listening are still in the hunt for a spot at the TMEA All-Star with one of the ensembles at TMEA All-State. So good luck to you all, and congratulations for getting so far. It's a very, very, very big deal to even make it that far. There are a lot of talented musicians all over the state, no matter what region or what area or part of the state you're from. There are talented musicians all over the place, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of dedication to get this far. So congratulations to you all, and good luck to everybody that's going to be competing for an all-state spot and get to go to TMEA and perform in one of those ensembles. And it's clearly an opportunity of a lifetime. So good luck to you all there. We're going to talk about the BOA schedule. It's pretty much the same exact as it was in previous years. We'll talk about that at a later time, promise, and we'll break all that down and take care of that. We got WGI season coming up. I know TCGC, Texas Color Guard Circuit, has contests coming up at the end of the month. I believe there's a contest at Westwood. I'm going to try to go to that one. I'm going to try to go to as many guard contests as I possibly can. I know that there's plenty around the San Antonio area and the Austin area and whatnot, and so maybe I'm going to Dallas and Houston to try to get my guard fix in. So look forward to seeing you all at those contests. Now, let's talk about UIL. Let's talk about these state marching contests. And no, I don't mean just, your regular contest that you always go to, the Alamo Dome. A lot of people noticed that there is an addendum, an addition, a new sort of class for the state marching contest. So this is how it goes. So University Interscholastic League will be introducing a state military marching band contest. It will go down October 31st. Let me just look that up just to make sure. I believe that's it. Come on. October 31st, 2020. Military contest pilot. What does pilot mean? Well, it's the same term that's used for television shows. When a television show is first starting out, they call that first episode the pilot, which means you technically don't have a show yet. But you do that episode, and if it does really well and people watch it, or the powers that be feel like it can go forward and it's going to be a successful event to put on, then they will go forward with the event. Same thing here. State military marching band contest pilot. So this is probably, and I don't have any exact information on it, I would assume this is going to go for at least one cycle. And what I mean by that is it's going to go through the same cycle. It looks like it's going to go through the same cycle as it usually does. So for military marching, it's going to be the even years, just like this year for the other marching bands or the regular marching bands or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to get to that in a second. Military marching bands, essentially what you're doing, you're combining class 1A and 2A into one group. Then you're combining, and then you've got your Class 4A. That's going to be the even years. And then the odd years, you're going to have Class 3A, and then 5A, 6A for the military marching programs. Cannot stress this enough because I got a lot of questions about this yesterday. 5A and 6, Conference 5A and 6As for state military marching purposes, they're going to be combined. So that's going to be like I don't know if you're going to call that large group military marching or whatever. So that's how that's going to go down. I assume it's just going to be odd numbers, are the odd conferences this year, or next. It's 2020, so even numbers this year. So it looks like it's going to be 1A, 2A, which is combined, and then Conference 4A is going to be in the even years, so that's going to go down. Going down October 31st, 2020, Halloween night. Yes, it is the same. Day as the San Antonio Super Regional Finals. Site to be determined. I would imagine that they're going to try to put this in as central of a location as possible in a part of the state where, and I'm trying to be as tactful as I can be, you know me, that rhymes, admit it. They're going to try to, I would assume they're going to try to put this in as central of a location in a part of the state where most of the military marching philosophy exists. So maybe Central Texas, maybe Northeast Texas, something like that. I don't have any information on that, but it's probably going to be around, I would assume it's going to be around that area. Now keep in mind, this is an additional marching contest that UIL is putting on. And state marching contest, what they call open class now, I'll get to that in a second, still going to be held at the Alamo Dome, still going to be the regular dates, and that's going on Monday. So Saturday, they're going to have the military marching, and then Monday, they're going to have, conference. They're going to start Conference 6A prelims for open class marching. So that's going to take some travel. It does take time to take things down and make sure everything's good before you go on to the next venue. So there's travel considerations, I'm sure, that need to be, put into place and whatnot. So yes, there is going to be a state military marching band contest, and the rules are very, very specific. No amplification. No props. It has to be military marching style. So it's basically a 6-to-5. The majority of the time, you're basically marching a 6-to-5 step size. 3 music judges, 2 marching judges. And as far as I know, the sheets are going to be the exact same as they've always been for UIL. Now, granted, for the open class contest, you're going to get new sheets with, you're going to have an effect judge, you're going to have judges on the field, you're going to have all that fun stuff. But for military marching, 3 music, 2 marching, it doesn't look like that system's going to change. How do you qualify? Get a Division I rating at the region contest, and you go on to the state military marching band contest. Do military marching bands have to do this? Not necessarily. They don't have, now they can do the open class contest, but with the sheets, with the judging sheets for 5A and 6A changing for open class, which is what you've known this entire time, with the sheets changing, I would assume that the military programs would rather go to go through the military track rather than the open class track. You're probably hearing me talk about open class. What the heck are you talking about? Your programs that you've seen before, that's now called open class. I hesitate to call it BOA bands or whatever, but it's not necessarily true. You have your military track, which is 6-to-5 military style, marching style, and then everybody else who doesn't hold that philosophy goes under the open class. So it's going to be state marching band. It's going to be state open class marching band championship. Same dates, November 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 2020. Still getting used to saying 2020. 2020 at the Alamo Dome, like always, with the new sheets. Yes, those sheets are still being finalized, especially with the responsibilities of the field judges. Whether they're going to be allowed, like DCI, they can only go so far up the field, and then they have to stop, or if they're allowed to go all over the field and sample and do whatever they want. So that's going to be pretty interesting. So that's... Now, granted, military programs can still participate in the open class contest. They can still do that if they want to. However, like I said, with the sheets changing and being geared more towards a modern philosophy of marching band, I would assume that the military programs in this state will go through the military contest pilot. Now, keep in mind, there are some programs in East Texas, Northeast Texas, that consistently go to region. When it's their turn to do state, they go to region. They get their Division I, and they do not participate in the area contest because my theory is that the military programs don't feel like they would get a fair opportunity to demonstrate their skills considering the judging sheets. So that's why some of them just decide to not go to area. Because there's another organization that does military marching in the state of Texas. It's not sponsored, not necessarily sponsored by the state, like it's not necessarily sponsored by UIL, but it's a contest that a lot of military marching programs in the state like to go to. Now UIL wants to get in on this. Military marching track. October 31st, 2020, site to be determined. Not exactly sure where that's going to be yet. I assume it's going to be somewhere Central Texas, East Texas, somewhere around there. And then you have your open class. So now you got two classes, military marching track and then open class marching track. Now, everybody hears open class and they automatically think, whoa, are we doing tiers now? Are we doing like world class and open class and scholastic A, like guard and everybody else? That is not the case. That is absolutely not the case. And I know a lot of people had concerns about that UIL was going to try to go, we're going to go, we're going to start doing tiers and whatnot. No. As of right now, you got your military track and you have your open class track. Military, and then, for lack of a better term, non-military programs. Cool? Cool. I'm sure those judging sheets are going to be finalized in the near future, and then they'll get them out, and then we can review them, and we can look it over. Like I said, 5A state contest, they had a shadow panel that had absolutely nothing to do with the numbers that came out for 5A state finals. They were on their own. They had the news sheets in their hand. They were just writing comments down, doing judges' tapes and whatnot, just as a trial run to see how it went and how it shook down. No, I don't have access to any of that information, and I doubt we'll have any access to that information. The only information we're going to get is when the judges' sheets for 5A and 6A, those new UIL sheets, when they come out. I'm sure they'll be published. UIL is very forthcoming with that information. It's very easily searchable, and when they come out, we'll sit down, we'll talk about it. We'll have a steak dinner, and we'll hash it all out. That's what's going down. I know a lot of people saw that, got really concerned. All we're adding is a military marching band track. So those military marching band programs have as much of an opportunity to showcase their skills and demonstrate their philosophy of marching band, and to demonstrate it to the best of their abilities. I like it. I dig it. Still keeping the non-military programs open class track. Still the same days. Still the Alamo Dome. And we'll figure out what the military marching programs were going to be on October 31st. I'm done with this. This is it's a pretty simple, sort of simple explanation, but I know some people had some concerns, and I'm glad to clear all that up. I'm done here. I am going to go get some lunch because I'm hungry, and I will talk to you all pretty soon. Probably talking BOA sheets, probably talking about some guard stuff and whatnot. And if you got suggestions what you want me to talk about, hit me up on Instagram at Danpodvaldez. Be sure, if you have a Facebook page, be sure to follow the TexasBands.com Facebook page. We had a lot of people taking interest in the social media stuff, the Facebook page, especially with Pearland going over to the Tournament of Roses parade in Pasadena, California. Congratulations to Pearland. You guys rocked it, and your Band Fest contest was amazing. So congratulations to you all. I'm done here. I will talk to you all very soon. Thank you so much for the support. Keep subscribing, keep messaging me, and I love you all so much. Thank you so much for listening. Take care. Adios. Bye-bye.